Peeps, the student here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. We're on question 2 from the 2017 IEB Maths Lit Paper 1, and this question deals with measurement, and in particular solving for volume, and as well as converting different weights. So this question starts off by saying, the state of California in the US of A, the United States of America, has been using a special method to control the evaporation of water. The method involves floating plastic balls on the surface of water to minimize the surface area of water exposed to the sun, which reduces evaporation. And then they have pictures below that show how these balls were placed in the dam in California. As you can see, they roll these balls into the dam, and it floats on the top of the surface, which stops the sun from evaporating the water. So this information here doesn't really help because, well, it helps not mathematically because they haven't given us any mathematical information. So onto the questions they ask. So they've given us an infographic on the side here, which gives us some more mathematical information. So it's given us dimensions, so about 4 inches in diameter. So they've given us a diameter. They've also told us how much it approximately weighs, which is 245 grams. And some various other information that we will need to use for the questions along the side. So, 2.1.1, they have asked us to determine the radius of the ball in centimeters if 1 inch is 2,54 centimeters. So as I said, they've given us the dimensions over here, and they said the ball is about 4 inches in diameter. So to get the radius of this ball, we need to, so this would be for 2.1.1. So your radius is half your diameter. So they said the diameter is 4 inches. So radius will be 4 inches divided by 2, because radius is half your diameter. So this is going to equal 2 inches. And they said we need to give the answer in centimeters. So we need to convert to centimeters. So then therefore we know that 2 inches will equal 2 times 2,54 because that's how we convert to centimeters. So this equals 5,08 centimeters. So that's what our radius is. Okay, and then 2.1.2, each ball has a total weight of 245 grams, which they have told us over here, of which 205 grams is water found inside of the ball. Write in simplest form the ratio of the total weight of the ball to the water found in the ball. So for 2.1.2, they've told us that the total weight is 245 grams, and the ratio then of that total, the water inside, comes to 205. So that's the ratio, but they want it in the simplest form. So you can see that the lowest common denominator, so a number that will divide into both numbers and produce a whole number, So if we divide both sides by 5, because they both end with a unit of 5, so 245 divided by 5 gives us 49, so that's a low whole number. And 205 divided by 5 is 41. And that is going to be the simplest form that we can have for this ratio. And you'll get your 3 marks for there. Moving on to 2.1.3. They said the ball has a total volume of 550 cubic centimeters. Now they want us to determine in cubic centimeters the volume of water found inside the ball. You may use the following conversions. So they say that 100 grams of water is 100 milliliters and 1 liter equals 1,000 cubic centimeters. So they just want us to find the volume of the water, and they've told us that the volume of the water is 205 grams. So the first thing we need to do is convert this 205 grams into milliliters. So remember, they have stated that 100 grams is equal to 100 milliliters. That was the formula they gave us. So therefore, we know that 205 grams, because they're equal, so 100 equals 100, so 205 is also going to equal 205 milliliters. So now that we have 205 milliliters, we then have to convert this milliliters into centimeters cubed. But we then, so they've told us that 1 liter equals 1,000 centimeters cubed, and we know that to get this 205 milliliters into liters, we need to divide by 1,000. So in liters, it's going to be 205 divided by 1,000. So this is going to equal 0.205 liters. And we know that 1 liter equals 1,000 cubic centimeters. So therefore, in cubic centimeters, we need to multiply the liters that we have by 1,000. So it'll be 0.205 liters times by 1,000 to get into centimeters cubed. And this is going to equal 205 centimeters cubed. So this will be our total volume of water inside the sphere. And then before I move on to 2.1.4, I'm just going to clear the space so that we have some space for that final question. So I've cleared up the space. So for this 2.1.4, calculate to the nearest percent the volume of water found inside the ball as a percentage of the total volume of the ball. So for 2.1.4, there we know that the volume of the water in the ball is, we've calculated in the previous question, which is 205. So it's 205 centimeters cubed, and they have told us, so it's 205 centimeters out of a possible 550, because that they said is the total volume of the ball. So it's going to be out of 550 centimeters cubed. And we need to multiply this by 100 because that's going to get us our percentage. So this equals 37 27272 in your calculator, so you need to put the sum into your calculator, and this the unit here is going to be percent, but they have asked us to the nearest percentage, so we need to round down in this case, because 0.2 goes down because we need to round down, so it's approximately 37%. That's a wrap for 2.1. Before I go, I'd just like to give a special thanks to our epic sponsor for making this video possible. Please read more about them in the description below. Be sure to visit our website for more of these epic tutorials. Remember, if you can't find the answer to your question, you can always send us your question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. And until next time, stay epic.